We are learning more about David's Bridal's plans to stay open after their bankruptcy filing earlier this week. We know this whole situation has a lot of brides very nervous. 5 on Your Side's Keely Arthur is here after talking to a bankruptcy attorney about what brides should expect and where they can find answers. Keely.
Lena, I spoke with a bride as well, and she was stressed. David's Bridal is reassuring customers that even in bankruptcy, they have a plan to keep delivering those magical wedding moments. But 5 on Your Side wanted to know just how realistic that promise is.
Melanie Chavis rang a bell and wiped away tears after she found her perfect wedding dress. That was last month, but Monday night, she had tears for a different reason. David's Bridal announced they were filing for bankruptcy.
I was literally crying the other night about it. I'm like, planning a wedding is so stressful. And then you get your dress and you're like, oh, yes, this is the dress. And then hearing that, like, your dress place might close before you get to order your dress, I'm like stressing out to the max.
David's Bridal sent this email to customers shortly after the bankruptcy announcement saying stores remain open and they intend to fulfill orders. They've even set up a restructuring website with a frequently asked questions section for brides.
If you pay attention to that website, it says, at this time, we're fulfilling customer orders. And at this time, customer service is active. That could change in the future if they cannot find a buyer.
Bankruptcy attorney Rebecca Redwine is not involved in this case, but she told us David's Bridal set a tight deadline of June 7th to find a buyer. If they can't find one, they could start liquidating and selling off assets.
That's when I would advise folks to pay closer attention to what's happening in the case.
Chavis is getting her dress next week and doesn't expect any issues at that point, but she's worried about being able to get critical alterations through David's Bridal ahead of her wedding scheduled for March 2024.
I just spent all this money and it might not be able to fix the way I need it to be fixed. So it's nerve-wracking for sure.
Enough. Bottom line, it's not time to panic yet, but I want you to pay attention to that June 7th deadline to find a buyer. We're posting a link to the restructuring website online. That's where brides can get updates and file any claims.
In the meantime, she needs to find another tailor to make sure that is taken care of. Wow. All right. Thanks, Keely, so much. And we did reach out to David's Bridal, and they maintain orders will be fulfilled without disruption.
Don't